national radar, current and former NBA players, as well as 2 Georgia residents, have been arrested in connection with a federal gambling investigation.
On October 23rd, the entire basketball world was left stunned as shocking reports claimed Chauncey Billups was caught up in a Mafia-connected gambling mess. Fans couldn't believe it, and the internet exploded with wild theories and disbelief. When asked to respond, Shaq dropped this bombshell statement.
I know everybody that's at play, and I don't like to sit up here and be hypocritical about certain things.
That could only mean one thing, and he knew exactly what was going down. In this video, I'll show you new footage of NBA players literally begging Chauncey Billups not to reveal their names. October 23rd, 2025. The day the basketball world went into total shock. Just as fans were gearing up for the new season, federal agents launched a massive takedown that shook the entire NBA. This wasn't your typical players in trouble story. It was darker, deeper, and way more dangerous than anyone expected. Headlines exploded everywhere, now from ESPN to every social feed. Reports claimed that Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier were arrested by the FBI. And it didn't stop there. This was the end of a secret, years-long investigation that uncovered an underground gambling ring so advanced, so connected to organized crime, it made Hollywood thrillers look weak. The NBA had never seen chaos like this before.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any.
When FBI Director Kash Patel stood beside the U.S. Attorney's Office, NYPD, and Homeland Security, everyone knew this was massive. The director only shows up for history-making cases, and the silence in that room said it all. The investigation uncovered 2 huge criminal networks, each built to cheat, manipulate, and pull in millions. The first, Operation Nothing But Bet, exposed NBA insiders leaking private info about injuries and game plans to betting rings that raked in guaranteed profits. The second, Operation Royal Flush, went even deeper. A rigged poker empire backed by the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese Mafia families. Officials called it one of the most sophisticated gambling schemes ever seen in the U.S.
Crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA. But we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
The numbers were shocking. Over 30 people arrested across 11 states. Charges like wire fraud, money laundering, and even armed robbery rocked the sports world. But the real shock? The big names caught in it, heroes turned suspects. At the center stood Chauncey Billups, Mr. Big Shot, 5-time All-Star, Finals MVP, and Portland's head coach. A legend now facing federal charges that could lock him up for decades.
We are investigating anyone and everyone depending not on their income. And you can think about it. These players make millions, particularly in the NBA, as their contracts are guaranteed. Yet the draw of winning comes at any cost to them. If they're alleged now, but if they're convicted of their crimes that they've been charged with. So to me, it's really about the addiction side and how much provided help do we give these athletes as they go through their athletic career.
How did someone so respected fall this far? Then came Terry Rozier, just 31, with a $96 million deal and a bright future. Prosecutors said he leaked inside info about fake injuries to help betting groups win huge payouts. The key moment, a March 23rd, 2023 game where Rozier texted a friend about a shoulder issue, then left the game minutes later. The betting crew made over $200,000 that night. Social media exploded. Rumors claimed players begged Billups not to expose them, but investigators found zero real footage, just wild internet noise spinning out of control. The truth, even darker. Prosecutors say this wasn't random, it was a long-running criminal network. NBA names allegedly acted as face cards, luring rich targets into rigged poker games that made millions.
And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery. across a multi-year investigation.
According to indictments unsealed on October 23rd, the poker scam alone robbed victims of over $15 million, and investigators believe that's just the beginning. One victim reportedly lost $1.8 million in a single game. These weren't shady basement poker nights, they were luxury setups in the Hamptons, Las Vegas suites, Miami penthouses, and New York high-rises. Victims thought they were playing fair games with NBA legends, but the truth was brutal. Every single person at that table was in on it. The dealers, the friends, even the celebrity players were allegedly part of the setup. Prosecutors claim Chauncey Billups himself joined at least one 2019 game where victims lost $50,000. The winnings split among cheaters and organizers. But it didn't stop there. Court filings pointed to Billups as co-conspirator 8, an Oregon resident, ex-player, and coach since 2021, a description that fits him perfectly. He allegedly leaked info that the Trailblazers would rest key players before their March 24, 2023 matchup against the Bulls, leading to a 28-point loss and massive wins for the betting ring. Federal agents uncovered a network that blended cutting-edge tech, mafia muscle, and celebrity charm. A system so slick it fooled millionaires for years. This wasn't petty street gambling. It was a full-blown criminal empire backed by some of the most powerful mafia families in U.S. history.
Games in the New York area were backed by the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families of La Cosa Nostra.
The four biggest La Cosa Nostra families, Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese, teaming up? Unheard of. These guys usually fight over every dime. But this time, they joined forces because the poker money was too good to pass up. The profits were massive, so they shared tech, split cash, and kept the peace instead of starting a mob war. Investigators confirmed at least 13 real mafia members, not just associates, were involved. Capos, captains, soldiers, all sworn in by blood. They ran the rigged games, using NBA stars as bait to lure rich marks into the trap. Chauncey Billups allegedly became one of those face cards. Imagine being a wealthy investor invited to a private poker night with a Hall of Famer. You'd think it's legit, right? That's how they got you. Billups' fame made it all look untouchable. He wasn't alone. Damon DJ Jones, a former NBA player and coach, was also arrested, accused of connecting the betting and poker networks and leaking inside NBA info to make games look real. The tech behind it? Straight out of a spy movie. Feds found hacked shuffling machines with hidden cameras sending live feeds to an off-site quarterback who whispered moves back through encrypted earpieces. Some tables even had X-ray sensors and glasses that let players see through cards. Victims never stood a chance. If someone started winning, the game paused or reset until every dollar was gone. And when players couldn't pay, the Mafia stepped in hard. Prosecutors exposed threats, beatdowns, even armed robbery. One victim was robbed at gunpoint so the crew could grab a hacked shuffler before police did. This wasn't a harmless scam. It was violent, organized crime at its dirtiest, and the NBA twist made it even crazier. Prosecutors say insiders rigged 7 games between December 2022 and March 2024, using secret lineup and injury info. Terry Rozier's case became the perfect storm. On March 23, 2023, while playing for the Hornets, he allegedly texted his childhood friend Deniro Laster, saying he'd fake a shoulder injury to check out early. The crew dropped over $200,000 on underbets. And when Rozier left the court just 9 minutes in, those bets hit big. Clips from that game went viral. Fans replayed every second, debating whether he was hurt or just acting. The NBA even reviewed the match back in 2023 after weird betting spikes. But this time, the story got darker. The league may have cleared Rozier then, but the feds came with heavier ammo. Wiretaps, bank statements, text logs, the works. With that evidence, investigators uncovered patterns linking multiple rigged games. Court filings claim Damon Jones leaked inside info about LeBron James's hidden foot injury before a Lakers-Bucks game in February 2023, and again before another Lakers matchup in January 2024. Prosecutors also accused an unnamed Orlando Magic player of leaking secrets that helped gamblers score big during an April 2023 Cavs game. Then came co-conspirator 8, believed to be Chauncey Billups. He allegedly tipped off gamblers that the Blazers would bench Damian Lillard and Jusuf Nurkic before their March 24, 2023 clash with the Bulls, leading to a 28-point blowout and easy money for insiders. When the story broke on October 23rd, the NBA went into chaos. Billups and Rozier were instantly put on indefinite leave, and the league scrambled to protect its image while locker rooms buzzed with fear. NBA rules are unforgiving. Article 35 allows lifetime bans for anyone caught rigging games. Just ask Toronto's Jonte Porter, banned for life in April 2024 for fixing prop bets. If Rozier is convicted, he could lose $26 million in salary and face decades behind bars. Billups might dodge a lifetime ban, but still risk losing everything: his career, legacy, and respect built over 17 years. Federal charges like wire fraud and money laundering each carry up to 20 years. Even with plea deals, both men face serious time. Prosecutors called it a direct threat to the integrity of pro sports and vowed to make an example out of them, sending one clear message: mess with the game and you'll pay dearly.
I know everybody that's at play, and I don't like to sit up here and be hypocritical about certain things.
The NBA world was stunned. Players, fans, everyone on Inside the NBA, Shaq, Barkley, and Kenny Smith broke it down, their faces full of disbelief. Shaq's reaction stood out. He admitted the temptation of gambling is real, but said every player knows the rules and the risks. His voice carried real emotion, and you could feel the disappointment.
We all know the rules, we all know the letter of the law, and it's just unfortunate.
Charles Barkley didn't hold back. He flat out called the defendant stupid for throwing away everything over what he called chump change. His words hit hard because he wasn't wrong. Why would someone earning $26 million a year risk it all to help a buddy make 50 grand? Or why would a Hall of Fame coach with a solid legacy get mixed up in a Mafia-backed poker scam? The logic just didn't add up, and fans knew it.
The reason I'm mad at Kenny is, man, this ain't got nothing to do with damn gambling addiction. This ain't got nothing to do with addiction. These dudes are stupid. Why are they stupid? You, under no circumstances can you fix basketball games. Under no circumstances.
Kenny Smith brought a calmer but powerful take. Maybe gambling addiction was the real villain here. He reminded everyone that addiction doesn't care how rich or famous you are. It clouds your judgment and makes you chase losses you'll never win back. He even mentioned one victim who blew $1.8 million in a single rigged poker game. Proof that even the wealthy can fall into the same trap. His debate with Barkley struck deep. Was it greed, addiction, stupidity, or something darker? The truth? Probably a messy mix of all three. Some players might have been fighting real addiction, others chasing easy money, and the ones tangled with the mafia. They saw NBA stars as tools in a bigger criminal empire. The real scare here is how huge sports betting has become since the 2018 Supreme Court decision. The NBA jumped in fast, cutting deals with DraftKings, FanDuel, and BetMGM. Now, odds flash on screens and fans can place bets mid-game with one tap. But with easy access comes blurred lines. Where does passion for the sport stop and corruption begin? Commissioner Adam Silver says the league's monitoring systems were meant to stop this, but clearly, they failed. Now the NBA's scrambling to fix the mess, tighter injury disclosures, tougher betting rules, and even calls for federal oversight. And with the FBI hinting more arrests are coming, this scandal's just heating up. What do you think really happened behind the scenes here? Do you believe everyone involved deserves the backlash they're getting? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your take on these wild stories. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out with us today. Don't forget to like, share, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more breaking stories from Ball Stories. Bye for now, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ball Stories for all the latest updates and shocking twists from the world of sports. See you next time. Bye-bye.